All right, everyone. Welcome back to another video. And this time we aren't actually continuing the series. I've been waiting to do this one for a while, and I'm actually really excited to be going over this figure. Um, this one is Batman from Arkham Knight, and this happens to be the Prestige Edition, which you can only get if you get all the achievements or the stars or what have you in game on PlayStation or Xbox. So while I never actually unlocked this armor, I do know of its existence, and I've always liked how it looks. um, I did try to acquire the base armor, the regular one. Unfortunately, it's a little priced out of my range. But this one I actually is also still usually priced out of my range, but I got pretty lucky and I got a really good deal on this one. And I managed to get it at a price that I could not turn down. And so this would be my second video game version of Batman. I used to own the Arkham City one, and I actually sold that one off a few months ago when I thought I was leaving the collecting scene for good. And I had acquired the Arkham City one when it first came out, like a long time ago, and it actually hurt to let that one go since, um, as far as Batman is concerned, uh, this is my favorite version, the Kevin Conroy version. So whether it's the animated series, any of the DC animated universe or games, if it's Kevin Conroy, that's my Batman. So I was very once I started collecting figures again, I knew I had to do it for me to acquire another Kevin Conroy Batman. I do know of the S Hero ones that exist, and technically those are the for me the definitive one, the animated universe. But I don't know, something just having that figure in hand, while it looks good, it's really hard to work with. You can tell that it was an unlicensed figure. But here we are, even though it's not the base armor. I got my hands on this one, and I haven't seen it outside the box yet. So everything here I'll be opening and I'll be seeing it fresh with my own eyes. So I'm actually really excited to do this. So let's get started. First, I think that box is incredibly attractive, I gotta say. Um, really nice looking box. The gold and the trimmings and all that stuff. Prestige edition. Really nice looking figure. Or box, I'm sorry. As you can say. Oh yeah, look at all that gold. And still wrapped in plastic. Never opened it. Oh gosh, that looks awesome. I'm already starting to geek out. I haven't even opened it yet. Uh First glance, oh man, I think I'm in love. I think I'm in love. So, like I said, I did get this right before Christmas, still sealed. And the only reason I haven't opened it is because I saw something that would make such a good companion piece, and that will be the next figure I do after this one because I'm excited to pose them together. Um, Having said that, um, I do feel the need after I open this one and the next one. Um, I think it will only be right that I get the Mark Hamill Joker from Arkham Asylum. and Harley Quinn, because Joker and Harley Quinn is almost like Batman and Robin. So let's get, without enough talking, let's get this figure open and just see how awesome he is. And this is going to be really exciting. All right, so for starters, these are the accessories it comes with. Um, Looking very video game accurate. I love the batarangs. I love the grappling. I believe this is the zip line that goes both two directions. That's the gel, the explosive gel. Oh man, this is gonna want to make me play the game again. Let's turn on the light so we can get a better look here. There we go. Ooh, too bright. There we go. All right. Sorry about that. Accessories looking really awesome. So, have we will still be figuring out the final pose we will put the Batman in. So we will still be doing multiple poses and see what we like. So I am taking him out of the packaging. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Look at that. Let's fix the cape a little bit. It is wrinkled. Cape feels really good. So, I mentioned, I did have the Arkham City one, and so in many ways, I like the look of that figure. The thing that made it kind of unattractive per se is the rubber suit. It was hard to pose. A lot of bunching took place. Um, but this is nice. When I saw this, like I know some people were maybe saying it didn't look that great or what have you. I kind of consider this like the video game version of the Michael Keaton suit, the all black and the yellow logo. So obviously, this one is going to be red, or not red. I'm sorry, gold. Here's the stand, which is looking nice and gold, and it does come with a crotch grabber, so we won't be able to put them in any flight poses, but at least we don't have to worry about damaging the figure because of a waist clamp or anything like that. So I actually don't know if I haven't worked with this figure yet, so I don't know how susceptible the suit is to damages, bunching, or anything like that. But it's always better to be safe. So I have no problem with them going with a crotch grabber. But like I said, unfortunately, we won't be able to do too many dynamic poses as far as flights or jumping or anything like that. But that's quite all right. So let's set that there. So we do have another faceplate. Open mouth, angry. I'm gonna have to see it in the figure to see which one I prefer. You know what? That's gonna be a tough call. I like the stoic look, but Batman is known for being angry or serious and brooding. So, but anyway, I'm gonna cut to me with all the plastic off and him standing on the stand, and so we can take a 360 look at him. All right, we have him unwrapped and here in the museum pose, and I love it. I love it. Um, he looks incredible. Um, Material is a lot different than the Arkham City one. It's harder. It's a harder body. Um, the gauntlets, everything. He looks intimidating. Um, yeah, seeing this in person, and I'm not that disappointed that I didn't get the regular suit one. I mean, I don't think I'm even disappointed at all. This is this looks incredible to me. Um, I can just hear Kevin Conroy already doing his voices. Let me just fix him. He looks a little crooked. Yeah. If you haven't seen already on my channel, I did do. I am a really big Kevin Conroy fan. Like I said, that's my definitive version of Batman. So if you actually, I did several shorts, some videos of me building the Lego set for the Gotham City, and that is something I do intend on still going back to do a full video on, just because there's a lot of Easter eggs there concerning the series. And funny enough, is I actually do have the animated series playing in the background right now, because it's too bad they never adopted they never did adopt the game Arkham Asylum City or Night into I don't know, like an animated series of sorts, you know, kind of like how they did Injustice. So, yep, this is, we can bask in Batman's glory. I don't know what to. Does he have movable eyes? No, I don't think so. I'm not quite sure what this tool is for. I might have to open the manual to see what this is used for, but usually I only see this tool for movable eyes, but I don't think he has that. So I'm not quite sure what that's for. I guess we'll find out if we even get there. And he does come with a wide array of hands. 7 plus the 2 on hand, so 9. And the faceplate. So let's go ahead and see how he looks like. Same pose, same museum pose, but with the angry faceplate. Let's see how that looks. All right, so we're quickly finding out that this figure is going to be hard to pose. That suit is really hard to work with. It is very tough. The ab area, limited crunch, legs, all that, which I did expect. Um, Arms, they're hard to raise, and you know, maybe it's possible to push it, but I'm going to err on the side of caution for this one. Like I said, this figure means a lot to me as far as who the character represents, and the fact there's Kevin Conroy and all that. So I will not be pushing it to an extreme. So if I meet resistance, then I'll stop there. One other thing that I am quickly discovering is I wish he had more different hands. Um, a lot of the hands left and right they all seem like they're meant to hold an accessory. So it's like I wanted to do this, the Batarang pose, and the left hand to be like a styled open hand or some sort, but all the open hands available are all meant to be holding something. So the fisted hand will be staying there. So as far as posing wise, so far by default, this is one of the favorites now. There's this big gun which I don't think I'll be using. Um, when I think of Batman, I really don't see him as someone using such heavy equipment. I know he used it in the game, but I'm happy with the Batarang or maybe the grappling hook or something like that. So he does have an open hand on the right one, a styled one, but not a matching left one, which is a shame. But that's quite all right. So I'm thinking we might try grappling gun on the left and styled open hand on the right, just for to mix it up. So I like to, when I pose my figures as much as possible, I like to get away from like to move away from fisted hands as much as possible. So let's try this grappling gun and an open hand, right? And we'll see how that looks. Well, funny story. Unfortunately, we just had a power outage, so this video is gonna cut a little bit weird. But fortunately, I just realized that um, for the last one or two segments, Batman's head was cut off. So I do apologize for that. But we will be resuming here for this next pose. And as you can see, now that his head is visible once again, I've actually replaced the head sculpt, not the head sculpt, but the faceplate into that angry teeth showing sculpt. And yeah, so I was talking about the posability of this figure is really, really poor. It's hard to, nigh impossible to actually get the arms up any higher than how they are now. The legs have very little range of motion. The abs, the torso is almost non-existent. But to my pleasant surprise, the head is actually the part that has the most articulation on it, and he's almost looking completely up. So pretty good. Not completely up, but it's still more than what you can do with the rest of the body. Um, so yeah, I've have him now with an open hand and the grappling hook, and I think partially since this is my third time recording, um, I actually don't want to risk doing any damage to the suit, so this will be the pose I will be leaving him at. That's not to say I won't be touching him again. I do have plans once I get other figures related to this line, such as Mark Hamill's Joker from Arkham Asylum. Anyway, so let's go ahead and grade the figure. So, as far as the look is concerned, I'll be giving him a 10 out of 10 for that. I just love how the figure looks. I know the complaint maybe that the gold is a little too bright, but I don't think so. I actually think it looks really, really good. The contrast between the black and the gold is outstanding. I actually really do love the cape. I know, it could have been wired for a little more posability, but par for the course, the figure is very hard to pose as it is. So I don't mind that it's not wired at all. I think the cape looks outstanding. Um, for me personally, I give the figure a 10 out of 10. I think the proportions look great. He looks menacing, and he's he looks like Kevin Conroy's Batman through and through. As far as accessories are concerned, I'm gonna give him probably an 8.5. The gadgets and he comes with the stand is pretty good. There aren't really any gadgets I'm thinking that is missing. I'm happy with what they gave us. My complaint would be the hands. Actually, I feel like there aren't enough hands, and the hands that we get are too redundant. As in, so like this one, there's only one open hand, and that's the right one. We don't get a corresponding left one, and the rest of the hands are all gripping hands or a fisted hands. So I wish we had like a clawed hand of sort, but we don't have that. Um, an extra faceplate would have been nice, maybe with like a blood effect. Um, but that, what we got, it's not so bad. The two is decent, but yeah, I wish we'd have gotten more hands. Now, for fun factor, this is where it gets disappointing for me. I love the figure. I love who it represents and what it represents, but fun factor wise, I think I gotta give it like a 6, maybe even like a 5.5. The figure is very hard to pose, and if you're limited in what you can do. Um, the Batarang, it's between this, the Batarang, throwing, or just two fisted hands. I think a lot of the posability of the figure is going to come down to posing it with another figure, as in, like Deathstroke or Joker, Harley Quinn, etc. But yeah, unfortunately, it's I'm not gonna be a fanboy about it. Like I said, I love this figure, but fun factor wise, it's almost non-existent. It's almost like a statue more than a figure at this point, just on how hard it is to pose. And I get it, that's how the figure is designed, that's how he looks, and it is what it is. I still love the figure. I still recommend it to, you know, Arkham fans, Batman fans in general. I think it looks really menacing. Um, but yeah, it's just being honest in the fun department. It scores really low. So overall, um, it's not an average, and it's not indicative of how I feel about the figure as a whole. But I think overall, the grade I'd have to give this figure a 7, like maybe a 7.5. It's getting carried a lot by the look and what it represents, which is Kevin Conroy's Batman. Otherwise, I feel like it could have been done better, and yeah. So again, I do apologize for having a lot of the segment with his head cut off, but at least you got to see the body and the pose with the batarang and things. The power issues we're going through was weird, but at least we got to finalize what pose we're gonna have him in. And I'm very happy to have him. I'm not gonna sell him off or anything like that, and I'm still glad that I found him for the right price. And having said that, it's motivating me to pick up Mark Hamill Joker, Harley Quinn, even Deathstroke. Um, I hope Nightwing comes out, and I do hope we need like a Arkham Catwoman like yesterday. And now, as far as Arkham Knight is concerned, I hope one day I can pick him up, because I think that's just going to add to the value of this particular figure, posing him next to Arkham Knight. But yeah, thank you for watching the video. Let me know which pose you think is good, or at this point, if you have any suggestions, because like I said, I don't want to experiment too much in fear of damaging the figure. The figure looks fantastic, and if I damage this figure, it's gonna lose pretty much all its value. Um, but yeah, just remember to collect what you like, and as well as enjoy what you collect. And hope you guys have a great weekend. Um, I might be posting another video, and we shall see this weekend. So stay tuned for that, and I'm excited to actually do it, because it's gonna look really good next to this guy. All right, have a great evening.